Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be really looking at the shoulders opening up, creating room for our heart space. So when you're ready, we're just going to ask the Lord to make His presence known today and to join us. With your next inhale, go ahead, reaching the arms all the way up. We're going to take the right hand in front, grabbing onto those shoulders, open up through the chest. Again, breathing in the Lord. Love. Exhale. Anything that's not serving you. Inhale. Left arm's going to come on top this time. Grabbing the elbows. Breathing in the light. Exhale down. Going with your breath a couple more times. Inhales to come up. Open. Exhale down. Inhale up. Switching hands each time. This time we're reaching up with the inhale. Interlace the fingers, put it behind the base of your head, thumbs to either side. We're gonna open up that heart center, squeeze the shoulder blades behind your back, opening the elbows, sending them out. Breathe here for a little bit. Soften through the face, and when you're ready, you're gonna start to round the back. Let the chin come to the chest, shoulder blades are peeling away from the spine. No need to pull on the neck or anything, just let it go to gravity. And if it's too much, you can lift your arms up. Start to connect with your breath. Inhale again. Come on up the chest. Shoulder blades on the back. Exhale down. You can close your eyes if you want. Tune inward how you're feeling. Inhale, open up. Breathing in. Love. Exhale. Any fears? One more, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, you're gonna rise up. Go ahead, exhale, bring the arms behind you here. And you're gonna have your legs uncrossed at this point. I'm gonna show you a side view of it. So you're gonna have your fingertips face your hips. Go ahead, scoot the hips out a little bit. And notice where your elbows are. Try to get your elbows to come back, not splaying out. Once your elbows are reaching towards each other, go ahead and bring the chest up. Again, breathing here. You're going to feel a nice stretch right here. Don't go to any extremes. This is just our first stretch. One more full breath. And then with your next inhale, you're gonna walk yourself up. And go ahead, nice tall spine here. If you have the space, you can interlace your hands behind you. If not, just keep opening, reaching, and open through the chest. Or you can grab a strap. Otherwise, interlace your fingers behind your back, and then peel the hands away from the low back, keeping that chest up though. You're not gonna round. Again, breathe here, feeling a nice stretch. One more full breath, letting the head dangle if it wants. And with your exhale, slowly bring the hands back to the low back. Roll up the shoulders. You can do little circles. You can go bigger if you want. Kind of do what feels good for you. Go ahead, you can switch directions. Good. And then from here, go ahead. You're going to need either a block, or you can get a box, you can get a couple books. You want something that's going to equal about 4 inches or so. So if you need, you can pause the video and come back. You're going to go into a tabletop position with the blocks right at the fingertips. So about shoulder width apart for your hands. Right now we're just going to go ahead and see if our shoulder blades even move. So we're gonna just go ahead, let the chest come down, letting our shoulder blades come together in the back, and then go ahead, push away. That's that protraction. And you're gonna feel your shoulder blades away from the spine. Go ahead. And then the shoulder blades come together. Then inhale, pushing them away. Exhale down. Try to connect with the breath. Inhale, push away. And a lot of times, I see students doing it with their head or their arms. Try to keep everything steady. The only thing moving right here is those shoulder blades. A couple more breaths. Going nice and slow, feeling it out. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into a modified plank. So you're going to want to send the knees out, engage the core, send the shoulder blades down the back here. Think of your biceps, the elbow creases coming to the front of the mat. And then slowly lower down, only halfway, arms still into that side body. Once you're halfway, we're gonna hold it. And then when you're ready, go ahead, hips are gonna lower. Keep the shoulders right where they are. Hips lower, lower belly lowers. You're in baby cobra now. So you're pushing into the tops of the feet, pushing down the pubic bone. This is where you're thinking about sliding yourself forward and then up. So shoulder blades again, down the back. Get the elbows together. Feeling the arms into the side body. Engage the core so you're not bringing anything into the low back here. So if you notice, if I pick my hands up, my chest didn't drop. All the work is happening in that upper back, that thoracic back, so it's keeping me up. And I like the blocks here because when you go down, a lot of times your shoulders are the first thing to lead. I don't want that to be. You'll notice my shoulders never drop below my elbows. Hold it for one more breath. And then to come out, you're gonna slowly bring the lower ribs in, pick up the hips, and push up and back for child's pose. Releasing anything in the back. For your first child pose, breathe into the back. Feeling the rib cage on the back expand with the inhale. One more full breath. When you're ready with the next inhale, push into your hand. You're gonna come on up to that modified plank. Before going down again, engage that core. Shoulder blades down the back. Open the biceps up to the front of the mat. And then slowly lower down. Arms are into the side body. Only halfway, keeping the arms into the side body. Hold, hold. And then when you're ready, go ahead. Hips are gonna come down first and the lower ribs. You're in baby cobra. Stay here for one more breath. And then with your next inhale, you're gonna notice your shoulders don't change again. They're still down your back here. You're just gonna start to straighten through the arms for full cobra. And then you're still pushing away from the mat, feeling a little lighter, still engaging that core. So hopefully you're not feeling anything in the low back. If you do, I don't want you to come up. Not this high at least. You can come where it feels good. Hold for one more breath. Again, shoulder blades down the back. Engage the core and push away from the mat with the arms. Exhale, hips go back, child's pose. Stretching out anything in the arms that you need to. Maybe you feel a stretch in the back of the hips. Just taking note here. One more breath. And then with your next inhale, we're gonna come on up. Modified plank, engage the core. Set up the arms right away. Shoulder blades down the back. Biceps or those elbow creases face the front of the mat. Once you have that set, slowly lowering down halfway. Arms are into the side body. Hold it. And then slowly lowering the hips and the lower ribs, keeping the shoulders up. One more breath. With your next inhale, shoulders are staying right where they are. Arms are straightening up. Engage the core and push away from the mat. Exhale back, child's pose. Good. We're gonna do that one more time with your next inhale. Come on up, modified plank. Again, shoulder blades down on the back. Elbow creases front, face the front of the mat. Exhale, slowly lowering down. Arms into the side body here. Halfway down, go ahead and lower the hips and the lower ribs. Baby Cobra. If you did have those blocks, this is just a nice reminder, again, like when you're coming down, that you're not leading with the chest. You're slowly coming down as one unit. But when you're down here, you can now get rid of the blocks or books, whatever you used. Hold that baby Cobra for a little bit. And then slowly we're gonna release down. Your head can go off to either side. You can watch the video yet. We're gonna go into field goal or cactus arms. And with cactus arms, I want your forehead still on the mat. Pubic bone pushing into the mat, same with the legs. Tops of the legs pushing into the mat. Engage the core. We're just gonna lift the arms. We're leaving the head and chest out of it right now. So as you lift the arms, your shoulder blades are gonna squeeze together on the back again. Feel this activation between the shoulder blades. That's your upper back, that thoracic back that I was talking about. A lot of times, this is where you want to feel your muscles engage rather than the low back. Sometimes we hang in the low back. So I'm just gonna let this fire up. Exhale, we're gonna lower the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 4 more with your breath. Good, and this next one, go ahead, inhale, engage that core again. Lift up the chest with the arms, pushing the pubic bone down. So it's not the low back, you should still feel it in the upper back. No need to crank it all the way up to bring it into the low back. You're only going as high as you can to feel that engagement in that low back, and think about length rather than height. Starting to move with the breath, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Good. 3 more. Good. If you want, you can take a break here, or go ahead and put the arms to alongside your torso, palms face down. Come onto your fingertips, so you're activating the arms. Pubic bones still pushing down. Same with your lower ribs engaged. Pick up the chest though, shoulder blades down the back, reaching towards the back. You can, with your inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale down. Inhales up. Exhale down. Or if you have a little bit more space in your shoulders and you can interlace your hands behind your back, go ahead and do that. But notice if you're doing that, that your chest is collapsed. So only do that if you can really get your chest open here. Inhale, the arms are gonna peel away from the low back. Exhale down. Inhales up. Exhale down. If you want, you can lift the legs too at this time. We're gonna do about 4 more. Making sure you're breathing here. Good, and then to come out of it slowly, let the legs go down if they're lifted. Undo the arms and bring them back up to that cactus arms. Head is going to go to one side. Shake out the hips. And for this purpose only, you can watch the video and then go ahead and switch sides if you need to. I'm gonna put my head to the right, and my left arm is staying in that cactus at 90 degrees. You're gonna peel yourself away from the right side of the body. So your right hand's underneath the shoulder. Pick and peel yourself up and away from the mat, so the left side's down. My shoulder, I'm just gonna show you, this is where you're gonna feel that stretch on that left side of the shoulder. And you're gonna stay here. A lot of times I notice students, they'll have their arm either up or really bent here. You're not gonna be able to open up the shoulder if you do that. So make sure it's that 90 degrees, arms coming straight out. And then roll off to the side. Relax the head down. And if you have a really tight shoulders, if this is too much, you can straighten the arm and go here. That's one modification. If you're really flexible and want a little bit more, you can take the top of the leg and open it up. Or you can take that right arm and go into that, onto the low back to open up. Hold for one more full breath. And then with your next exhale, slowly melt your way back to center. You're gonna look at your opposite hand now. That would be my left hand. The right hand set up at that 90-degree cactus arm. The left one now this time is gonna come underneath the shoulder. Go ahead and peel yourself away from the mat on the left side. The right side stays on. Relax through the face. And again, you can straighten your arm. It's too tight and you feel like you need a little bit more of a release. Or you can have that left leg open up, left arm on the low back. Just different variations. Do what feels good for you. And then hold for one more full breath. And when you're ready, slowly make your way back to center. Lying on the mat. We're gonna do one more thing for the shoulders and that upper back. So go ahead, stretching out, reach your hands to the top. Activate the hands, so come onto fingertips. Pushing pubic bone down, engage the core. Inhale, lift through the chest and the head. Think of your neck. A lot of times we like to look up and forget our neck is an extension of our spine. So it's okay if you look at the video, but when you got it, go ahead, lower the head down. And then we're gonna start to move with our breath. Inhale, arms are gonna come alongside us, picking the chest up a little bit more. Exhale, arms come up again. Inhale up. With the chest, exhale, reaching the arms in front. Inhale, arms come alongside. Exhale, reaching. If you want, you can pick the legs up. 4 more. Moving with your breath. Cactus arms, head to one side, rock out the hips. Good job. And then from here, go ahead, we're gonna put our hands right underneath the shoulders again. When you're ready, go ahead, we're gonna push and peel all the way up into that Cobra, engage the core. Pushing and lifting. And then exhale, child's pose, send the hips back. Feeling a nice stretch on the shoulders. If you need a little bit more stretch or would like it, some more stretch, you can do prayer hands and put the hands behind the head, opening them up. Go ahead, release the hands back down if you had them open. With your inhale, you're gonna come on up. Exhale, same thing, that modified plank first. Halfway down, hold it here, and then inhale, we're gonna push up. We're gonna do 4 more of these. Exhale, go down nice and slow. Arms into the side body. Inhale to come up. Exhale down. Inhales up. Sorry, I lost count. I think this is our last one. And then with the last one, go ahead. Hips are gonna come down, the low belly. Keeping the shoulders up, looping them down for that cobra. Reaching, reaching, reaching. The crown of the head. One more breath, and then your inhale's gonna pick you up. Engage that core. Shoulder blades down the back yet, and lift, pushing away. Exhale, child's pose. Good, with your next inhale, come on up. You're gonna send your legs wide this time, as wide as the mat maybe. Feet come together. You're gonna have your left hand in heart center. The right one's gonna start to peel up like a bow and arrow. Sending it all the way up. And notice your shoulders here again. Sometimes we like to dump into the bottom. Try to create a little lightness and sending the energy up, like someone's reaching and pulling you up. And then same with your bottom shoulder. Is it coming in, that internal rotation? Send it back down, that shoulder blade down the back, and then find a little bit more space. One more breath. And then exhale. And take that right hand, sliding it in, they call the thread the needle when you have a whole space. Sliding that whole space that you have created. And then with that left arm, you can either leave it here, you can reach it all the way up, or you can bring it along and put it on the low back. Couple different options. Doing what feels good for you. One more breath. And then when you're ready, you're gonna put the left hand alongside the head, pick it on up, we're gonna move with our breath. Inhale all the way up, exhale down. Inhales up, exhale down. Two more with your breath. Again, being conscious of your breath. Inviting in all the good and the holy. Exhale anything that's not serving you. Go ahead, switching hands. We're gonna do the same thing. Left hand's gonna start to come all the way up, like you're pulling back on a bow and arrow. Reaching up rather than dumping down. Feeling a little bit lighter on the right hand. And then notice if your shoulder likes to come up, peel it down and then twist. You can get a little bit more twist from there. One more breath. And then slowly with your exhale, letting that hand thread the needle with that hole that you have created. All the way down, bring the shoulder. Some of you might just be here. You might even be up more like, wow, this is a lot. It's okay, meet where it feels good. That right hand, if you'd like, can come all the way up. Or it can come behind the low back to open up. Just notice if you do this, you always want to open up space. You're not trying to close it up. So go where you feel good and then you have the space. One more breath. And when you're ready, the right hand's going to come behind or alongside the head. Inhale, lift the left one all the way up. Exhale down. 3 more. Inhales to come up. Exhale down. And the last one, come back up to tabletop. Send the hips back, child's pose. So in child's pose, it's nice sometimes to just breathe here, breathe into the back of the body. Surrendering anything to the Lord. I invite you to stay here and reflect, pray, and hopefully meditate to be in the Lord's
space, letting them know that you're here to listen, not always just talk. Communication goes both ways. And I thank you for joining me today. From my heart to yours. Namaste.